Alright guys, welcome back and it's time to go balls deep and we are excited. We are talking about Samurai 8 and I am being joined with my friend Yusuf. You guys know Yusuf. There's two people running this channel, but you keep saying, why is this guy talking to himself? You don't even know two people run this channel. Anyway guys, for these review videos, we are going to start reviewing My Hero Academia on top of it, but we do Black Clover, Boruto, and now Samurai 8. So basically for the Samurai 8 videos, this video is kind of scripted, but it will kind of be podcast based as well, where me and him are having discussion about the manga and the chapters being displayed to you guys. We can't have like super duper, we're not the robots like the people in the manga guys. We can't do super duper quality, but our thoughts are still here and there and you can hear it out. Anyway, let us know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Let's cue the intro, let's get this started.
Alright, so some of you might be a little bit confused while reading the first chapter, so I'm gonna have to break it down for you lot. The universe of Samurai 8 seems to be very advanced to the point of embracing a galactic community. Like, come on, they're in the sky, they're in space, like this is pretty cool as it is. We already know that Kishimoto during the end of Naruto was delving into the outer space stories with the Akatsuki, Kaguya and whatnot. And straight off the bat, we are introduced to an idea of a galactic organization, either independent or an actual federation, where one of our main protagonist, who is later revealed to us to be known as the legendary wandering lone wolf Daruma, he is set a mission by his master, the dark-skinned queen-looking samurai known as Yasha. They start off by explaining the law of the world a bit and the mission given to Daruma. Yasha goes on to explain the legend of the warrior god Fudo-Mayo and how he had once used the Pandora box to save the stars. Not gonna lie, the legend of the Fudo-Mayo character legitly reminds me of the Sage of Sixth Path in Naruto. He even has a cool alias, the Shooting Star.
Fudo-Mayo is one of the important deities of Japanese Buddhism. His statue can be seen in so many places in Japan. He is classed among the Wisdom Kings and is the preeminent among the 5 Wisdom Kings, meaning he is surpassing all other kings of the 5. The 5 Wisdom Kings are considered embodiments of the Wheel of Injunction, or beings whose action constitute the teaching of the law. That's what inspired Kishimoto for Samurai 8. So Fudo-Mayo, in some interpretation, he evolves into a deity invoked in Buddhist rituals to frighten gods, titans, men and destroy the strength of demons. Fudo-Mayo slays all ghosts and evil spirits. So this means Kishimoto got inspired from these concepts to help create Samurai 8. For example, at the end of the chapter, we see the main character Hashimaru, and he ends up evolving and gaining the key with a futuristic robotic body. So this elevation of becoming a deity and a war machine that is all powerful like Fudo-Mayo, Kishimoto must have adapted it into the theme of samurai for the story. Also, a Wisdom King is a type of deity in Buddhism. Generally, the Wisdom Kings function as the guardians of Buddhism and wrathful manifestation of Buddha. So, Kongo Yasha, the devourer of demons, is one of these Wisdom Kings under Fudo-Mayo. So basically, the attack Daruma used may stem from this inspiration Kishimoto received, since he is inspired from Buddhism and Hinduism even for Naruto. In fact, the ancient Indian unarmed martial art of Vajramukti, meaning thunderbolt collapse hands, and the basis of all its martial poses and the mudras described in sutras, these all stem from the Kongo Yasha, one of the Wisdom Kings of Wrath. So the Yasha character we saw in the start of the manga is a sensei that has a school of thought and is inspired from the name of the Wisdom King. So she therefore created the style Kongo Yasha. It clearly must be the case because the enemy recognized the attack straight away, as if it's a term the samurai and the bushi should know as a fighting style. So Kishimoto clearly got inspired from this ancient martial art term as something interesting to say in the manga. Like, as soon as you read the character say Kongo Yasha attack, it sounds really cool and rememberable, even the name Yasha itself. Now, as for the character Daruma, he is clearly inspired from the Daruma doll in terms of design. The Daruma doll is a hollow, round Japanese traditional doll modeled after Bodhidharma, the founder of the Zen tradition of Buddhism. Maybe I butchered that, I don't know. But when purchased, the figure's eyes are both blank white. A user will then select a goal or wish and paint in one of the figure's two eyes right, and once the desired goal is achieved, the second eye is then filled in. This is why in the first chapter when Hashimaru meets Dorama, he does this exact traditional thing by filling out the eye, making a wish to be a samurai, which then all links to the chain of events of Dorama finding out about Hashimaru's goals and progressing the whole story. Dorama is a samurai and top apprentice of the great Yasha character and the second generation head of the Kongo Yasha style, which I've told already where the Kongo Yasha style is inspired from, but for an unknown reason he ended up in a robot cat body. So this will be explained later on in the manga and makes us addicted to be, kind of invested in the characters to see what happens next. You need the readers to ask questions about the characters but at the same time establish the universe. It's really difficult to do, but Kijimoto did a great job of this in the chapter.
Coming back to the story, it seems like the stars once again are in danger in the present time, hence the importance for this mission. However, to use the Pandora box, it requires 7 keys to open it. Now guys, these keys thingy isn't just simply an object or literally a key, as we find out later. Rather, it's actually samurais. Yes guys, actually samurais. So the main objective of this mission is to find 7 samurais. However, considering this manga is called Samurai 8, it's possible Daruma is the 8th samurai and his mission is to find 7 other chosen samurais, making it Samurai 8. Now to explain what samurai is in this manga, well, they ain't your typical samurai. Firstly, the warriors are so far separated into 2 groups, bushis and samurais, where both are seen as galactic warriors who protect the planets and the princess, who we don't know much about yet. But these warriors also have a greater role which isn't explored. Bushis are ordinary human beings, but samurais aren't. Samurais are chosen by a warrior god for being the most elite of bushis and given cyborg bodies. Samurais cannot die from losing limbs, they can walk in space like they can walk on Earth, and they carry special souls in them. A memory unit called a key that resembles a spine becomes the base of the samurai. Everything around that key is constructed of cyborg parts. Now, as we mentioned earlier that there's 7 keys required to open the Pandora box, these keys are pretty much, it goes hand in hand. So to become a samurai, a bushi or even an ordinary person has to prove themselves and be chosen. Now the warrior god Fudumayo, the legendary Buddha guy, left the world little stars known as locker balls. These locker balls seem to have many uses, but one of these uses are also to grant a human with a samurai's body. However, not anyone can be a samurai. Only those found compatible with the locker balls may require the body of a samurai. If you attempt to connect with the locker balls and fail, well, you die. With that explained, we learn that Dorama is actually trapped in a weaker body. So to help him with his mission to find the chosen samurais, he then creates a video game which he distributes on the galactic net. His purpose was to find those who was drawn to the game, and this is where our story pretty much starts. Our main protagonist, Hachimaru, a boy born in a weak body who desires to be nothing but a samurai, ends up being one of the players of this game. Daruma was looking for people that would want to be a samurai and have a liking to it. He only found 7 children prior to Hachimaru, but none of them had the right attitude or Bushido code. Daruma was given his quest by his master Yasha to find the keys that will open Pandora's box to save the world. So one way Daruma must have thought of finding the keys or clues is to use technology and create a game that people would play, and whoever could defeat the game and say right things by announcing the Bushido code or samurai that defeats the enemy, he would be able to go to that person and see what they are like. It makes sense to why Daruma met Hachimaru, and that goes back to chapter 0 of the manga where we see a comet landing into the planet, which now we could assume was the arrival of Daruma. Overall, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this manga, and let's be honest now, yeah, it's coming from Kishimoto, and honestly I really saw back and forth with Naruto, like a lot of themes are similar that I can catch. One thing I noticed, Kishimoto used, I don't know if he did it intentionally or unintentionally, he used many references from other philosophers, like the book The Little Prince, and the concept about everything that you see is not apparent, what's important is not what you see but what's the inner thought. That's from The Little Prince. I mean, maybe it's obviously from Buddhism as well, but I don't know, that straight away I got a little Prince vibe from it.
No, I agree. That's why I like Kijimoto, because when I look at Kijimoto's interview, look at his biography, he reminds me of us. I felt as though like the first few pages of this manga, was it just me or was it hard to read, man? It was difficult to understand what they're saying.
I don't know, I got it straight away. Maybe because the queen looking warrior samurai, Yasha, she was speaking in like cryptic words sometimes.
It's old English.
Here and there. Yeah, and I mean, I got it. I understand where she's coming from because I'm used to reading those type of language. But yeah, I can see where people would get confused, to be honest.
But overall, I know obviously people are gonna say, oh my god, this is just like Naruto. Oh, Hashimaru is the Naruto guy. He's prophecy.
Nah, it's nothing like Naruto, man.
Why?
I really think this is not like Naruto.
Do you
like,
think,
honestly,
do you think it's better than Boruto? Boruto?
Yes,
not
of course.
better than Boruto anime, yeah?
I think the big mistake. Listen. The mistake we're going to be doing here is actually comparing it to Naruto and Boruto. It's completely different, in my opinion. The storyline's different. The themes are different. It's like, I don't know. I think Kishimoto's trying to delve into something different, but he did use similar tropes from his previous work. That would be natural, but I can't compare the stories. I don't see any similarities anyway.
I agree with you. I don't think any of us as a fan base, as a community, I don't think we should, put Kijimoto on this pedestal and say, you know what, it had to be better than Naruto. It's something different. Give the guy a chance, right? And we shouldn't be comparing things all the time. But I felt as though the paneling, the artwork, the way they established the universe in this first chapter, right, was fantastic. Like, oh my god, I was looking at a few pages for like 2 minutes straight, just one page, looking at it for 2 minutes, because look at the first few pages. Those dogs look like, oh my god,
oh,
what the hell?
I like I love the battle scenes. Like, okay, you know how earlier we were discussing how it gets confusing sometimes. Have these machines, animal pet, following them around, called holders or rank holders. And honestly, the battles that they do, it's like the holders, the skin comes off and it joins with the warrior, the samurai, and they fight like that.
Oh yeah, that is so epic. Crazy. Oh my god.
I can't wait to see that animated.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Overall, right, this manga chapter, I would give it 8 out of 10. But once this is animated in 3 years' time, I think this is a 10 out of 10 pilot episode. Because Kijimoto said himself, the way that this first chapter is, he says if this ever became a movie, he said this first chapter alone is 1 hour 30 minutes long, at least 2 hours. That's what he said himself. It's like a feature movie. So he said the way he's directing the manga panels, the way he made the whole outline of how the story unfolds, he said it's like a movie. Do you agree with that?
No, 100%. I mean, obviously 70 pages is quite long just to read that alone, and to pick up every little detail. You could say it's a movie for sure. And not only that, maybe in the movie he'll cover more ground. For anime or anything animated, you can it'll be much more visual and more appealing. Like, imagine you have a pet or a dog that follows you around, like a dog lion, and those rankers that they have, right? Imagine the skin comes off that and it joins and fuses with the warrior or the samurai, and then you're left with some skeleton being following you around. I don't know, that type of idea, it's quite neat.
Yeah, it is actually a new concept. I agree with that. Actually, we haven't seen that before lately. So what did you think of Hashimaru's character as the main protagonist? I was thinking the whole time, I was like, okay, Kijimoto created Naruto. It's this heartfelt story where Naruto, everyone hates him. He has the 9-tailed fox. He has no parents. Okay, so then My Hero Academia came. They said, I can trump that. I can make an even weaker protagonist. I'm gonna have a protagonist where he has no quirk. He gets bullied. He has no powers. Then Black Clover came and said, I'm gonna trump that. This guy has no magic. He's nothing. He's a nobody. Then Kijimoto said, nah, burn all of you. I'm gonna make the most weak protagonist. This guy has on life support. This guy dies if he goes outside. This guy's useless, but he's gonna be the best.
The antagonist here, the first antagonist of the series, it looked like Kakashi or Tobirama.
Oh my god, he's so sick, bro.
That was kind of sick, Oh my god.
Was it just me, or was the villain sick? Like, I was scared. I was like, this villain is sick. To be honest, man, I was hoping he didn't die, man. I thought he was a good villain.
Yeah, I didn't even know, to be honest, I don't know why, but I felt like he's not really a villain. Like, I know he said he's a Ronin and he's trying to get power and he's looking for the sword. I mean, the Blood Crimson.
Is he dead?
Sucking sword. I think he's dead. I think he turned into one of those lockers.
Oh, his design was so sick though. He was very intimidating. He really got me invested into it. Last thing I want to mention is the set pieces. Like, they established that this is a galaxy based universe, is sci-fi, there's many different planets, they mentioned that, and I just felt as though this, you know, the life support panel, oh my god, where they show him how he's living, I was like, I felt sorry for this character. So Kishimoto really did build it up where you do feel sorry for this kid.
It also reminded me a bit about Star Wars for some reason.
Yeah, he got inspired by
Samurais
Star
are
Wars.
Jedis. Yeah, I could tell.
Do you think this is well written enough to surpass Naruto one day or become like a big show?
I think it possibly can be up there. I don't know yet if I can say it's gonna be like Naruto. I just don't know. I can't say it can.
To be honest, I think this can be a 9 out of 10 anime if it keeps going on like this. Maybe 8 out of 10. It could be top tier like Demon Slayer, like JoJo. But
yeah, 100% like those animes. But Naruto was like complete. It's like a whole world building. I don't know. I can't really compare it to Naruto.
Well, it's up to us to decide, to be honest, because we're his fans, we're the community. Because Kishimoto is saying I want 10 volumes. My man ain't gonna do 10 volumes, bro.
Nah, he might. You know, he might.
Yeah. Anyway, should we leave that there?
Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the first review of this manga. I mean, hopefully we're going to be doing this every week. If not, man, it's just what it is, isn't it? Arthur, we're going to do this every week?
Yeah, Mondays.
Every Mondays, guys, so make sure to keep tuned.
End it then?
Oh yeah. Alright guys, see you till next time.